Hi, I'm Jale, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Ascendant, Mars, Stellium, whichever you identify with or have strongly in your natal chart. We're going to be looking at February's events 2020 to see what you can expect. So we're going to be linking in with Spirit first off. We're going to be using the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland, just to gain a bit more insight, and then we're going to be looking into oracle cards for outcomes. So let's get a link with Spirit first off. You guys aren't messing around this month, I'll be honest with you. Usually I spend a lot longer shuffling my deck, doing a pre-shuffle before I switch on the camera, but my guides were like, no, let's go, we're going to do this, let's go. There's definitely a very forceful energy around you guys, very dedicated, very focused. You guys know what you want. It's like you're on a mission, you've got a goal in mind, and there is literally nothing stopping you. I do think midway through this month, you're going to have a kind of healing shift. And what I mean by that is there's definitely going to be an element of you that you feel like you shed. It could have been an outdated idea, an outdated feeling, an outdated interest, an outdated love interest, but something is being shed. You are releasing something, and it's not to the point where you, I mean, put it this way, you've worked hard. It's not like you've just randomly kind of released something. If you've done work and you've put energy behind your development, it's like you're going to get a reward. And I think even if that wasn't your main focus, there is definitely something being released here. And it's like there is a new lease of life. I'll be really honest with you. I feel like with Scorpios, you guys are kind of comfortable with the dark. And this energy is kind of perfect for you because I feel like you're going to start understanding yourself here. Now, this is not to say this energy is easy to navigate, because it kind of isn't. But, you know, with Libra being that kind of balance between light and dark, and Scorpio being that first kind of area of darkness as we go and progress through the astrological signs, you guys are definitely in your element. But there's definitely some kind of new shift going on through the month. So let's just get some further insight into with the guides to see what they would like to add. I feel like love could play a part in this month, but let's just see what else they want to bring up here. I'm hearing you don't know what you've got till it's gone. There's definitely something around a lost chance, or someone deeming as something being a lost chance, but is it a lost chance? Feels to me like it was a bit of a lucky escape. Excuse me while I drink my cup of soup. I've got potato and leek cup of soup here. I don't know why, it just makes me feel really comforted in this kind of winter time. Right, let's get into the cards. So Scorpio, for the month of February 2020. Scorpio, February 2020 spirit. What is going to be happening? What's going on here, please? What can you tell us? There's definitely a shift. I'm hearing shift as well as feeling it. Okay, yeah, cards are upright. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to double check. I think this card is... yeah, the Chariot. Okay. Is this the right way? Right. We've got the Chariot card upright here. But this is interesting because it landed in the reverse. It landed in the reverse, and Spirit were like, turn it the other way. And then my other guide was like, no, turn it back. If you don't feel like when you're watching this that you have that very focused, direct mastering of energy kind of vibration going on, you will do. So you might be watching this now and think, yeah, but I don't feel like I've got that focused dynamic energy. I don't feel like this is shifting. Wait, because it will. And you might be watching this towards the tail end of February and then be like, no, I actually already am in that energy and I totally relate. So because everyone's going to be watching this at a different time, that's why Spirit were very clear to say that the Chariot energy is inconsistent based on when you're watching this. So put it this way, if you don't feel like you're in the energy, you will do towards the end of the month. And But this way, keywords: act, direct, master, discipline, focus, effort. So it's really a very kind of clear cut, very aware, very focused, very dedicated energy. Because I'll be honest with you, usually I sit in this energy a lot longer, but it was like, no, I already know what I need to do, because obviously my guides put me in this energy before the reading so I can marinate in it, so to speak, because I'm an empath, healer, clairvoyant, clairsentient, sorry. So move, yeah, there's lots of movement here, but as you can see, this is talking about the heart. So it could have been that there was some bound or binding of a connection that was being either from your side or another person's side restricted. There's movement here, okay? And it's interesting because Spirit is saying, don't underestimate your ability to change this or move this. It's like, if you're already sat here thinking, excuse me, sorry, I'm actually really into my soup at the moment. Sorry. If you're sat here thinking, yeah, but I don't feel like I've got control over this, or this feels very out of hand, then this is not you're not in this energy just yet, but you will do. We've also had the Magician come out, okay? You are a manifester, okay? You can manifest this. So even, like I said, even if you don't feel like you're currently in this energy, don't underestimate your ability here. You guys are comfortable in this element. Scorpios are usually very, well, I mean, look, you're like icebergs. You see 10% of you, you know? I'm a Scorpio moon. My moon is in the 12th house, unaspected. So I'm like the most random emotional human being on the planet, clearly, because my moon does not aspect anything else. But it helps me because I can understand others in a more objective point of view, even though my 12 is in the 12th house of Pisces. However, with this energy, going back to you guys, it is about mastering your own emotions. This is essentially what this is about. You are going to absolutely get a handle on your emotions. So if you're sat here watching this thinking, I don't feel like I'm doing any of this, pay attention to your thoughts and feelings the rest of this month. Like, in case you haven't been aware, the energy is absolutely insane. At the moment, the energy is absolutely insane. If it's not coronavirus, it's Middle East issues. If it's not Middle East issues, it's political issues. If it's not political issues, it's some kind of, day-to-day issue. If it's not a day, it's literally like so many different areas at the moment are being flooded with this energy. And you've got to remember, you guys are built for this, okay? And it's not to say you're built for pain. I mean, you kind of are. We kind of are. We are the phoenix. We rebuild. We're that kind of regenerational energy where we can recycle. We're like the recyclers of the kind of astrological chart, especially if, again, if your sun, or you've got a stellium or moon, where or your big three, so to speak, your ascendant, your sun and your moon, you guys, there's going to be a reason why this is touching upon you in amongst this kind of energy. Now, for me personally, they want me to improve on my healing ability. So they're flooding my emotions with all kinds of stuff, because in order for me to understand everything else, I have to fully understand myself. And if they're not constantly challenging me, I'm not growing. And if I'm not growing, I'm staying stagnant. And if I stay stagnant for too long, I will crystallize. What's the good of that? I'm not good to anyone. Look, I'd be like a crystal on someone's table where people can start, tuning into me. I don't want, personally, I don't want that. Crystals are usually kind of buried deep inside the earth, and they're resonating with everything on every deep level, which, yes, okay, on one level you are going to have an element of that, but on another level there has to be an awareness of what all this means, which means you have to start applying it to yourself. And if you do manage to really turn this energy around and apply it to yourself, you are going to get something from it. You're going to manifest some kind of recyclable type energy, type gift, type. You're going to utilize it to your benefit. But you must, if you're sat here at the moment going, yeah, but I don't know how that's going to benefit me. I don't know how this energy would benefit me. This is a mirror. This is designed to release every darker element. I mean, we've just had Lilith conjunct Chiron. Lilith is the wounded feminine and Chiron is the wounded healer. We've just had that. We're still in that aspect at the beginning part of February. So our feminine elements are being totally rejuvenated and or cleansed and released. So this definitely in terms of Scorpio, you will probably see and notice. But it requires some work as well. And Spirit is saying you have to take responsibility. So if you're sat there saying all my life problems have been other people's fault, I kind of feel like they wanted me to have this suit from that Kermit meme. I might put that on my what's it called? Thumbnail. I might put that on my thumbnail, you know. It's like world's blowing up, but it's not that it's any of my business. It's kind of like that. It's like they're saying, if you're getting really bogged down in that energy, go within. Because you're not going to figure anything out by focusing too much externally. It's just not going to work. I feel like I need to laugh now every time I drink the soup. Okay, so what else can you tell us, Spirit? What else is going on here? Oof. Yeah, this is the devil. Okay, the devil. Watch what you're being drawn or tempted into. Sorry guys, but this is test time. If you are being drawn into something that looks too good, it will be. I'm not going to even sit and lie about that. If you're sat here going, this looks too good to be true, it is. All right? Don't second guess yourself and go, yeah, but maybe because of this, like overanalyze it and overcomplicate it. No, you got to trust your gut instinct, because you guys are usually on the money. Every Scorpio I ever speak to, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, you know, Stellium, someone that's usually even Mars and Venus is usually I sit there and think, you know what you're talking about. So don't underestimate yourself here. I feel like you're trying, it's like they're putting things in your path for you to affirm your confidence to then release that kind of test that you don't need to do it again. Yeah, look, Ace of Cups and Eight of Cups, okay? So it could well be that you've been battling with something or somebody that has been in and out, okay? And maybe they're coming. Don't forget, we're about to head into Mercury in retrograde, as we all know. This is the shadow period coming up. I think the 17th of February is when it actually finally goes into Mercury retrograde, which means we are going to have all kinds of people coming back. So you are going to have temptation. You're probably going to have someone coming back. Being realistic, you're probably going to, if it's not a person, it's a thing, place, person, offer that is going to be re-offered. Okay, it's a test. If you're sat there when it happens and you're beginning to think, okay, well, I'm not sure if I should go for this, you're repeating a lesson you don't need to, right? But let's clarify. We've got 3 other cards that came out here. These are supposed to be the other way. Yeah. So I had 4 other cards that came out that were reversed, and Spirit told me to leave them until now, because now we can fit this into the overall context of what we've just seen. We've got the 3rd eye chakra. Use discernment. You've got to trust your instincts. Same as what I've said, basically. 9 of Pentacles. Stay single, okay? Well-deserved reward. Abundance. Okay, for you to be single and walking a singular path at the moment is a higher benefit to you in the long run than actually indulging in this. I'm going to use a swear word. They want me to use a swear word, an S in this S-H-I-T, you know? So this man's putting himself on a platform, on a plinth, okay? And the light is surrounding him. So if you're sat there and you might even be hearing, oh, well, you think you're better than everyone else. No, I just know better. Like, I know better than to raise my vibration so I can observe what's going on around me and then make a discerned decision. It's not that I think I'm better or worse than anyone else. You don't even have to articulate that thought. You just, you think it through. If people are going to sit and judge you in that way, that's their issue, in my opinion. But this is a singular path where you're developing and utilising your intuition here, because it's going to help you more so than in indulging in a, well, I'll use the words they're using, fantasy that isn't real, okay? Take some time out, just breathe. So it's again, it's articulating the previous sentiment of just honour your independence and just go within and take some time for you. This is like similar to the Four of Swords. So it's very much that kind of time out energy, okay? Just breathe, you know, that meditation, meditate on it, kind of contemplate what you feel about the whole situation. Observe the situation for what it is, and then make a discerned opinion or decision, okay? And then we've got Justice. I think this is Justice anyway. I think it's Balance. No, it could be Judgment. No, it's Temperance. Balance, Temperance. So there's a healing process that will come from this, okay? As you can see, you've got the masculine, feminine elements, the connection of the head and the heart, which is able to make that discerned decision, as opposed to a wounded element or just the head or just the heart, okay? I'll read out what it says for Balance. They're saying yes to read it. Renew, acknowledge, compromise, equality, harmony, healing. Balance is important in all aspects of life, but is especially important in relationships, both with others and with yourself. The card suggests that you are to examine your relationships to see if they are truly in balance. A healthy relationship should include time to be together as well as time to be apart. Take some time in peaceful solitude to renew your acquaintance with yourself. Acknowledge what you are bringing to the relationship and what your partner brings to the relationship. Ensure that you both play an equal role and that no one dominates, no one person dominates. Compromise is required in order for a relationship to be harmonious. Be willing to give and receive. By finding the middle ground, you'll help to ensure that your needs and the needs of your partner are met. Compromise also includes acceptance that people are individuals with different personalities and ways of looking at the world. Embrace your differences, rejoice in your similarities. If you find yourself at odds, be willing to work through issues honestly and with love, confident that your differences can be resolved. This is an excellent time to help heal discordant relationships by bringing them into better balance. If you're seeking a romantic relationship, balancing aspects of your own life will open the way to new love. Also, making sure that your relationships with family and friends are also in balance will set the tone for the new romance that is on its way to you. So what they're basically saying here is there's either an improvement of existing relationships and or a new energy coming in. It's like you're releasing what doesn't serve, and you're manifesting with this Chariot and this Magician energy what does. There's a focus here, okay? There's a focus, a renewal. I embrace our differences and bring balance and healing to my relationship. So there's definitely it's like a supercharge. That's how I want to say it. There's like a supercharge of what this will bring. Right, they want me to keep these cards out for a bit. Okay, we'll keep them out. Put them in the... Let's put them... Give me 2 secs. I'm just going to lay these out quick. Sorry, I know that's probably annoying. Right, let's see what else they have to say. Wow. Okay, so if someone, I mean, we've got the Emperor here, so this is the divine masculine. This is a very focused masculine energy. And he's come out with the Three of Pentacles. So usually that's a balanced effort, a kind of coordinated balance and or offering. It's like a contract. It's like someone's accepting the terms of a contract. Maybe could be a boss, could be maybe someone that you've put your kind of grievances to about sort of a work contract. But I feel like this could also be love. So maybe you had already advised someone that there has to be some kind of balance. and this is now about sort of articulating that, and the person's coming back to acknowledge essentially whether or not they can, you know, they're acknowledging basically that the terms of what you've stated is maybe something they can work to. So let's put it this way, if there's been someone that's left your life, I feel like they could be coming back in to sort of take you up on what you've said if they previously declined it. Either way, it's a rebalancing of a relationship or contract that may not have been as balanced previously, but there's an opportunity to recalibrate that. It could be work as well, it doesn't have to just be love. It could be anything that involves a contract or an agreement. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands, but there's definitely choices here. Okay, spread your wings. So it could be that someone comes back and offers this and you're thinking, well, that's great, but that's just a bit too little too late. But either way, you're definitely in mixed minds when this happens, because it could be for many different reasons. It could be that there's someone new that comes in and offers you something and you're not sure. It could be new work. It could be, you know, new love. It could be new friendship. But either way, there's something that is offered that you're not sure about, okay? You're not sure whether to take it up, whether or not the benefits outweigh the risk. There's something about this that has a risk to it. You're not sure though. There's something that you feel like you might have to give up as well. It might be that whatever's offered, it's like you have to kind of compromise with what you're releasing as well. And I feel like that's part of the reason why you're not sure, because whatever it is, you're not really, I don't know if you're prepared to release that, if I'm totally honest with you. It just feels like you're not quite ready to let that go. But there's definitely something that you're not sure about here. Oh, okay, I think this is, because I've got two decks that are very similar, I can get confused sometimes with the meanings, and I haven't used this deck for a while, so you'll have to excuse me. Yeah, Judgment. So yeah, a decision, a crossroads. Okay, so this is, again, you got quite a few major arcana, so this is not a little decision. This is going to be a significant decision that I'm hearing will pave the way. All right, so this is not just your, I don't know whether or not to increase my hours by a day. This is like, the job's changing, I'm going to have to go for this, or I've been offered something but I don't know whether to take it, but it's going to totally re-change my physical reality. You know, this person's just come back in my life, but I don't know whether to accept it, them or not, or this change. There's a change being offered though. We'll have to see what they're going to say about this change. Yeah, we got it again. If it's not a love interest, then I'll be shocked, because we've got Six of Cups. So this is nostalgia. This is someone returning. This is someone returning. Okay. It could also be to do with children, something from the past, something nostalgic from the past, from childhood. Could have a link to children. It could be maybe you've got children with someone and it's a potential reconcile with them. But there's definitely someone coming forward to give you information about how they feel or what they're offering. Is someone's actually, I feel like they're unburdening themselves to give you insight into what they may not have said before. And I'm hearing the decision is going to be harder than what you think. Now, as a Scorpio moon, I'm just as kind of, I'm taking all of this in, because I'm already sat there thinking, okay, I think I know what mine's going to be. See, my guides are already like, just say no. Because they already know. That's why they're giving you this information. And I'm not, you know, I have to listen to this as well. But I already know from my guides, they're just saying, don't do it. That's for me. I'm not going to, you know, we'll have a look at what cards come out next to see what the rest of the cards say. I'm going to be honest with you. I will say a slim number of you, this is going to be a good opportunity to revisit. A very slim number. The majority of you, my guides, The majority of you, my guide chipped in and went, just run. So the majority of you, I would say, they're saying, no, just say it as I've said it. The majority of you, I would say, you've got to use discernment and be very careful, because don't forget, I'm not sure I'm liking that energy, you know. Not sure I'm liking that. I feel like it's going to be cathartic. I feel like it will be have a closure. You'll get closure if you care about that. Personally, I already accepted that probably wouldn't happen, so released it anyway, you know. But you guys just use discernment. Just be careful. Let's see what else they're going to show us here. Bottom of the deck is the moon. See, look, they said look at the bottom of the deck. Moon card. We've got confront, so illusionary. Is there something being hidden here? Seven of Pentacles underneath that. A waiting game, awaiting results. Let's see what the illusion is. Okay, what else can you tell us, Spirit, here? Two of Swords. What are you not looking at? It says refusing to see. What are you not looking at? There's something about this situation when that person comes in you're probably not going to see because you don't want to. Now, the last time I said these things, I had all kinds of weird comments on my video. Hint, this is a general video. If this does not relate to you, if you feel like this whole what I'm saying in your soul does not resonate with you, then it's not for you. Because this you should be using discernment over. You should also be speaking with your guides or people that, you know, yourself, your higher self, to feel out if it resonates. You're a Scorpio. Use discernment. If it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. This is a general reading, okay? So, Two of Swords. What is it you're not something you're not quite observing, okay? There's something you're not quite observing here. What is it? Because this is the thing, if it's blocking you, then what else aren't you able to see? And if you can't see past your own feet, how can you see your path, where you're going? That's for me. I mean, look, to be honest with you, if that was me, which usually it very much is, because I'm like, I'm a Sagittarius ascendant, so I'm like, yay, you know, leap of faith and all, you know. But even I have to sit and, you know, sometimes I say, look, stop, pause, Jale, you know. Let's see what this is about first. Let's not just throw ourselves into this because there's something we're missing. And usually I'm right because I've got a Scorpio moon, you know. So you guys are usually on the money with these things. So just trust that. What is it you're not seeing? I feel like someone's telling porkies here. Now, I don't know if you're going to know what that means, but in the UK, porky pies, lies. All right, kind of a well-known saying that we have over here. Well, kind of well-known. It's more down the south that people sort of use that expression. But porkies, someone's not honest. I'm just seeing a whole lot of dark blue energy around the throat chakra. Now, usually when people are talking, the throat chakra will be a very kind of royal blue, almost a bit like the colour of this card. Now, usually that's kind of just showing truth, you know, especially because the colour of this card is blue. I feel like whatever someone is saying here, it may not, either they fooled themselves and so therefore they're fooling you as well, or what they're saying is a very deliberate attempt at pulling the wool over your eyes, okay? Gonna keep it real. So just be careful with that. Because we also pulled the Sun in reverse. Okay, I think this is I have to check this as well. It's either the Star or Sun. I think it's the Sun. You watch, it'll be something else now. Yeah, the Sun. So the Sun in reverse. Not quite as something isn't quite being shown here. There's something not quite being realised here. All right? With the Sun in reverse, yeah, you could sit and say, well, maybe it's not as good as what you're going to, or not as bad as what you're going to think or something, because it's the Sun in reverse. Because the Sun's usually the most positive card. For me, I'm reading this as though my guide's using a rude word. They're saying that it's what you got to make sure that what they're coming forward with doesn't tempt you or change your decision. You make your decision now. You sit and think, if this situation, if this situation was to come back around, How do I feel about this? Would I give this person or situation a second go? If the answer's no, then when they come back in, trust your first instinct and stick with it. End of story. I know what mine will be. I already know what mine will be. Don't even need to sit. Wouldn't even. Well, no, I'd probably listen, but in fact, no, I probably wouldn't. Lovers, choices, bottom of the deck. Okay, so you're going to have a choice again. Second time we've talked about a crossroads. So this is a major kind of decision here. And if it's anything like me, yours will be to do with generationally a karmic situation, which your parents should have resolved, which you've inherited, because mine is. But if it's not that, it probably would be some karmic situation and or a test, which is usually karmic anyway. But mine's a karmic generational trait that I've inherited, that at the moment I'm in charge of kind of cleansing my whole bloodline. So I've got like a queue of things that I'm trying to work through, because I'm trying to get, I'm trying to just get a little bit more, well put together, let's say. We're growing, aren't we, as souls while we're here. That's the idea anyway. Nine of Swords reversed. So the Nine of Swords upright it talks there about darkest fears, but this is usually about kind of staying up at night, nightmares, worrying, over worrying. Sleepless nights, high anxiety, depression, low vibrational energy. But with it being reversed, it's a kind of, I'm hearing corrective measure. It's like they're saying, be careful who you are letting in your space, because it's going to have an impact. And the best way to check that is since this person or the situation has been out of your life, have you felt better or worse? And not because you're using them as a codependent emotional crutch or anything like that. But does their energy bring something to you? If it doesn't, then bye. Let's confirm what the Nine of Swords reverse is he discussing here. Let's clarify Nine of Swords reverse. Yeah, look. Feeling alone. Five of Pentacles. Being left out in the cold, okay? It's almost like we need to double check here that you're not going along with this to make yourself feel like you're not alone, and or they're not coming back to you because they don't want to be alone. Is there a codependent issue, as I previously just stated? Okay, are they picking you up and putting you back down? Is the job offer something that is taking you for granted if it's not a love thing? If this isn't love and this is to do with something else, because look, whatever the scenario is, it's suggesting that this isn't serving you and it's taking you in a low vibrational energy. This is from what the cards are saying. And we've got the World. So it's offering a very big cycle to be closed. So whatever this is, it's suggesting that it's going to be a very tempting offer. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to, see, look, awaiting results again, Seven of Pentacles. But I'm going to just, now I don't know whether to say this out loud first and then shuffle, or just to shuffle. They're saying say it out loud first. I feel like someone might get a proposal. Because it's like it's like doubling down. Someone is trying to pull everything out of the bag to make you not move on. So they're going to pull out all kinds of stuff to make sure that you don't move forward. So I feel like some people, or what, I can't guarantee how many people this is going to be for, but I feel like someone's going to get a proposal who's watching this video, and it's not going to be for the right reasons. But let's pull the cards. If I see the Ace of Pentacles, I know. Well, there's quite a few cards there. Find balance. Wow. Right, so there's a fine balance card. So this is the Two of Pentacles, so it's juggling. We've got the Fool card, so it's about taking a leap of faith. So you're going to be weighing up whether or not to go for this. Okay. Five of Wands, so challenging times. So basically, you're worried about the competition and or what's going to be involved in this. What else is going to come from this situation? You're going to be having to weigh that up. Now, let's have a look at the rest of the cards. But this is suggesting to me that there's definitely other people involved, this Five of Wands. Like, there's other people staking a claim for something and or invested in something that you're trying to also partake in, let's say. We've got listen here, which I think is... Listen. I think that's the High Priestess, but let me just double check. I don't know why I'm suddenly forgetting all these cards. It's weird. High Priestess. Yeah. So, again, start from the beginning. Juggling. You're juggling an idea. You're juggling what to do. You're juggling whether to take a leap of faith. You're juggling with the idea whether to take a leap of faith because there's been other people involved in the situation. There's been other parties that have influenced this situation, so you're not sure. High Priestess, use your intuition. Decide for yourself. The first thing that is coming into your head, go with that. Don't change your mind and don't let someone talk you into changing your mind, including me. All right? Nine of Cups, because there's something you're going to gain from this if you do listen to your intuition and your highest and best interests and your higher self, because it'll all be one and the same answer within that, okay? But there's definitely a blessing. This is Nine of Cups, wish come true, right? That's not to say all of this is, yes, you should say yes to it. This is to say when you use your discernment, your intuition, then you will gain something from it. Observe, Hanged Man, all right? Take a pause. Take a pause. Don't rush into anything. Just go within. It says release, surrender, reconsider, patience, cycles, perspective. So yeah, regain a perspective. This is the Hanged Man card. So don't forget we had the Nine of Pentacles where he was taking a well-deserved reward. He'd raised his vibration higher to observe what was going on around him. Okay, this is similar to the Hanged Man. So it's reiterating that. So again, let's say, for example, your gut instinct's telling you no, let's not entertain this, all right? And you're scared to say that because you're doubting yourself. Take the time to check the information, but honestly, you need to trust your gut instinct because it's right, you know. Observe, okay? And then last but not least, we've got the Four of Pentacles. It says open up, okay? So Four of Pentacles can mean not to give up on something, but Spirit is saying don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the idea of that you are in charge of this. Don't forget that the first two cards are Chariot. You're in charge of what you're manifesting. This person or job or money isn't in charge of you. You're in charge of you. But open yourself up to your potential and your instincts, because it's good. That's what's going to lead you to your blessings. All right. And it will close out a major cycle. We've got the World card here. Okay, so let's have a look. We're going to pull some outcome cards here. Let's pull some outcome cards. I'm going to go with the Romance Angels. Right, let's see. What can you tell us, please, for Scorpio? Month of February. Scorpio. For the month of February. What can you tell me, please, Spirit? For Scorpio. Scorpio, please, Spirit. Outcome. Right, okay, so we've got the retreat card again, reiterating what the messages have been saying here. Okay, it says it's time to disconnect from the world. Scorpio. Yeah. We've got past life relationship. It says you have known each other before. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And playfulness. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So focus on that as opposed to maybe what else is going on here. But let's just pull from the Archangel Oracle. Let's see what they have to say for outcomes. What is the outcome, please, Spirit? Outcome, please. Scorpio. What is the outcome for Scorpio? For February, please. Outcomes, thank you. Passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. So there could be something that is you're going to be developing as opposed to your love life. And or you could be meeting someone new that is, you know, you're to trust your gut instincts on and is going to be rewarded. You're going to be rewarded for it. Let's see. Outcome. Scorpio. Anything else? Yeah, victory. Excellent card. That's a really positive card. It says, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So there you go, guys. That was your reading for Scorpio for the month of February 2020. Have an amazing month. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. All your likes, shares and subscriptions. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.